What's up? What's up? And you know what time it is. It is 5-star matchup time. And you know I'm excited about this one because this is one where the Steelers should be feeling pretty confident. So, Pittsburgh Steelers, Indianapolis Colts, let's dive right into it. First matchup we got to talk about are these inside linebackers for the Steelers. Myles Jack, Devin Bush, and Robert Spillane, our trio versus Jonathan Taylor. Now, Jonathan Taylor, elite with the capital E. He can run the ball inside. He can run the ball outside. He can receive. He has speed. He has contact balance. He has burst. He has vision. He is as good as advertised. And this year, at times when that offensive line has given him some running lanes, he has looked really, really good. We obviously know what he did last season as well. But at the same time, this year has been a little bit inconsistent for him, partly because of him, but largely because of this offensive line, and even to the point where they fired coordinator, head coach, so it's a lot going on over there. But more importantly, when you're talking about Myles Jack, Devin Bush, and Robert Spillane, they have to match Jonathan Taylor's energy. This is a guy that plays extremely hard. This is a guy that is very capable of taking the top off and hitting that home run type play. We need all three guys to not only match the energy, but they got to be buttoned up in terms of their tackling. Fundamental. Too many missed tackles last week against the Cincinnati Bengals, and we cannot have that type of performance again because Jonathan Taylor is a lot better than Samaje Perine, baby. I don't know if y'all know that. But if our inside linebackers can do what they need to do to minimize and just contain Jonathan Taylor, that is extremely helpful for the Steelers on defense, because this Colts offense, if you can make them one-dimensional, baby, they are in a world of hurt. Now, the second matchup that we got to talk about, baby, Najee Harris versus Zaire Franklin. Now, Zaire Franklin is a guy who's playing a lot for this for the Colts defense, a lot more because of Shaq Leonard, formerly known as Darius Leonard, is officially out for the season. Dealt with the back injury throughout the year, and he eventually shut it down, put him on injury reserve. He had surgery and stuff like that. But we knew what Darius Leonard Shaquille Leonard was, in the sense of being rangy, can cover, forces a ton of turnovers, really good against the run as well, and just the heart and soul of that defense. Without him, Zaire Franklin is a good player, but he's not Shaq Leonard. And there's a reason why Shaq Leonard is Shaq Leonard, man. So when you see Zaire Franklin out there, that is the weaker part of their linebacking core now. And this is one of those matches where when you're talking about Najee Harris, he's coming off of his second performance where he put together a really good game. You saw burst, you saw vision, physicality, highlights as well, and that's what we're going to need from Naji, especially this week. I think, man, when you're talking about running against this Colts defense, I think it is definitely capable. Philly obviously has some success, and Philly is a little bit different than us in the commitment to running the ball, but I do feel like if Naji is able to keep running the way that he's running the past 2 weeks, I think I like him a lot, especially in his matchup against Zaire Franklin. Also, when you're in the flat, you got to make this guy miss. This is one of those guys you can make miss in space if you're Najee Harris, and that's what we need to see from him consistently. But this is one that we need. We need to be able to rely on that running game because it opens up the Steelers' offense so much more when that is going the way it's supposed to be going. All right, now it's time for that third matchup. And this is where we start to get a little excited because we got to talk about our DBs. Should I leave it as Cam Sutton and Levi Wallace? I know Keller Witherspoon is questionable right now. Still been dealing with that hamstring. But I don't know if I should just leave it at Akello and Levi. I guess I got to throw in Arthur Milet as well because we know the slot gets action. We saw that perfectly last week. Well, Michael Pittman Jr., ladies and gentlemen, is as good as advertised. He's one of those receivers, man, that is definitely capable of proving himself to be a true franchise caliber wide receiver one. Super productive even this season, and this is with the inconsistency at quarterback. He is one of those guys that can combat catch you, he can route you, he can run after the catch, big body, 6'4", 225, just, really complete player. So when we're talking about our DBs against him, tackling number one is huge. You have to tackle this guy because he can run after the catch. But number two, can we get better finish this week? We talked about this when it was the Eagles game, and we were like, man, we were in position against A.J. Brown, but A.J. just won all the 50-50s. When we talked about last week, it was like Arthur Milet was in great position a lot of times against T. Higgins, but T. Higgins won all the 50-50s. Well, When you talk about Michael Pittman Jr., I don't want to be saying the same thing again this week. Not only are we going to be in position, but let's go ahead and make plays. Let's finish better versus Michael Pittman, because he is the real explosive element through the air for this Colts offense, man. So minimizing him, containing him, not allowing him to go off is huge. Huge. But we'll see if we can get it done, man. We will see. All right, now for the fourth matchup. But this way you get your popcorn ready, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking George Pickens, man, the rookie who really came on and started to produce even more so last game, giving us some more of that in-stadium productivity that we all know he is capable of, going against the former Defensive Player of the Year, Stephon Gilmore. Shout out to my former Buffalo Bills teammate, baby. But this is a good one right here, man, because Stephon Gilmore, he is still a man-to-man corner who is going to travel with you. If he thinks that you are worthy and deserving of his attention, he is going to give you his undivided attention. And you saw that with A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown had some plays, absolutely. But as a whole, Stephon Gilmore, man, was giving him some fits, man. Stephon is one of those guys, he loves to play man-to-man, pressed up, gets his hands on you, and just makes it really physical. He's a smart corner, super athletic, and he has really good ball skills. But we know what George Pickens is as well, man. This dude's freaky, unicorn, big speed, can jump, soft, in terms of catching the ball, really good short hands. Outside of last week, I don't know what that was about. But as a whole, we know he's one of our guys that we think is a unicorn. We think we have one of those X factors at wide receiver. So when we're watching this matchup, I do anticipate Gilmore following Pickens around, because George has shown an ability to consistently take tops off defenses. And that's something that Gilmore takes pride in not allowing to happen. So I do anticipate seeing this matchup plenty. And this is one of those ones where I want to see how good George is. I mean, George, we think that he is capable of winning these type of matchups. Even with me talking about it and my biases towards Stephon Gilmore, I still feel like George Pickens still should be able to have some success in this matchup. So for George, this is going to be your first real legitimate test at cornerback. I want to see how he responds to this, but I'm excited for him to go up against the former Defensive Player of the Year, man. So that's going to be a good one. And then the fifth and final 5-star matchup. We got to talk Alex Highsmith versus Bernhard Raimann. Now, look, Bernhard, good player, 3rd round draft pick, Central Michigan, and he's doing fine. He's a rookie. But at the same time, he's a rookie. And what do rookies do? They look really good at sometimes, and they look really bad at sometimes. They have some plays where they're blocking and their technique and fundamentals is exceptional. Then they got time where their blocking technique and fundamentals are atrocious. And when you watch Bernhard Raimann, unfortunately, that's how it looks. Now, when you're talking about Alex Highsmith, what do we know about Alex right now? He's on a tear. What else do we know about him? He has a lot of sacks. And what else do we know about him? He has his running mate back as well in TJ Watt. This is massive. This is huge. Not only is this huge because of the favorable matchup that Alex Highsmith versus Bernhard Raimann is, but more importantly because TJ Watt is back. They cannot protect this guy. He's going to be out there. Alex is going to get his one-on-ones. He has to capitalize, because when he does, Matt Ryan is not the type of quarterback that is elusive. He's not the type of quarterback that's going to try to extend a play or play hero ball. He will take the sack. He will go ahead and give it up. This is one of those ones where we have to be in that backfield constantly, and I truly feel that Alex Highsmith is ready for this task. So, y'all let me know your thoughts on these matchups. These 5-star matchups, baby. And also hit that like button and subscribe to the channel while you're at it. But either way, I appreciate you for tuning in. And until next time, baby, peace.